What's up guys, it's me again, and for today's video I'll be reviewing you another teen movies. Last time I did the comparisons of The Outsiders and Robofish in two teen gangster films, but this time I'll be reviewing the comparisons of two after school and during school movies for teenagers. I'll be comparing the Breakfast Club and St. Elmo's Fire. But before I go to the differences, let's go to the similarities. The similarities are they were both teen movies. And the next similarity is they were both associated with the Brat Pack. If you don't know who the Brat Pack is, check out my last video to know more about them. And the next comparison is they were both associated with different types of attitudes and behavior, actually, and troubleness. Those are the similarities I can get from those two movies. For today's, I'll be reviewing the plot, the cast, iconic scenes, and the characters' personality traits. Plot means what was the story about and what were the events happening in this film. I'll reveal to you. First off is The Breakfast Club. This film was a story about 5 teenagers who were under detention and under bad circumstances. So they have to write a letter to the principal of who they are before exiting the detention. In St. Elmo's Fire, this film is a story about 7 teenagers who graduated from college and now they're going to try to fight for their adult years. But people didn't even know that adulthood was a hard life. Cast means who are the actors or the actresses are involved in this film, who are the supporting actors, and who are the starring actors. Well, for instance, both of these movies don't have a supporting and a celebrity. Well, all of them starred in that film. Let's start with The Breakfast Club. The cast includes Jude Nelson, played John Bender. Molly Ringwald played Claire. Emilio Estevez played Andrew. Anthony Michael Hall played Brian. Well, it says there are some other fun facts you didn't know. Jude Nelson was the oldest in the group. He was 25 when he joined in the group. Emilio and Ali Sheedy were around 20 in their age. But the youngest was actually Anthony Michael Hall and Molly Ringwald, who were 16 at the time. The cast of St. Elmo's Fire includes Jude Nelson, Ali Sheedy, and Emilio Estevez, who are from The Breakfast Club, and Rob Lowe, who was from The Outsiders at the time. Pretty Pink actor Andrew McCarthy, ghost actress Demi Moore, and actress Mary Winningham. Fun fact, Jude Nelson was still the oldest in the group. And another fun fact was that St. Elmo's Fire was Demi Moore's first breakthrough role. Ghost became her second breakthrough role. Well, iconic scenes. Well, what do you mean by iconic scenes means that most people have been watching this film all the time, and how this film became so iconic was the people's reaction and how does it resemble or something like that. First off, let's go to The Breakfast Club. Well, The Breakfast Club had several classic scenes, like dancing inside the library for detention, and John Bender raising his arm outside the football field after finishing the letter. Here are those scenes.
like dynamite. Just imagine my surprise when I looked into your eyes and saw through your disguise. If we dare expose our hearts, just reveal the purest thoughts, let those strange sensations start to grow. We are not alone. You find out when you're coming home, there'll be somebody there to take your fall. We are not alone, 'cause when you take down the stone, we're really not so different after all.
Dear Mr. Vernon, we accept the fact that we had to sacrifice a whole Saturday in detention for whatever it was we did wrong. But we think you're crazy to make us write an essay telling you who we think we are. And you see us as you want to see us. In the simplest terms, with the most convenient definitions. But what we found out is that each one of us is a brain and an athlete
And a basket case. A princess.
and a criminal. Does that answer your question? Sincerely yours, The Breakfast Club.
Don't.
Now you see why. The meaning of why John Bender raised his fist in the air is, in the football field, is the reason is, it's a sign of rebellion against the global darn system. That's the reason. Now let's go to the iconic scenes of the film St. Elmo's Fire. It had several famous scenes there, but I'll reveal to you these two. The first iconic scene was actually, Rob Lowe, aka Soda Pop Curtis. He was playing his saxophone in the bar, which is one of the most iconic scenes that in teen movie history. He was dancing and, air saxophoning his way inside the bar. Here is this.
Let's rock! She could be right. One love, just around midnight.
That's the first iconic scene. Here's the second iconic scene, but this one's the most classic. What you may not know from the ending part was actually one of the most classic. Demi Moore played Jules, who is a rich woman, but little did they found out that Jules has been lying to his friends that he was going to work, but instead she was pretending. She got so depressed, all of her stuff has been taken away, and behind all of her pay dues. She got so depressed, she locked herself in her room and tried to freeze herself to death by opening up the windows. But luckily, Rob Lowe rescued her and she comforted her about the tough days of adulthood. Demi found out that adulthood is a challenging life. And here is this footage to see how adulthood destroys your life. If you want to cry, then go ahead. This scene was really emotional, beautiful, and touching. Here's the...
Jules, what are you doing? You're gonna freeze to death.
I think that's the idea.
Jules, honey, it's me. Jules, you're really scaring me now.
The whole country is falling apart and these 5 bars are made perfect.
We need a hacksaw.
Or an experienced thief.
I'll find Billy.
I was kidding.
He's working over at the Amoco station on Michigan. I'll see if he's got something. He's just around the corner.
Billy's working in a gas station. He needed the money.
Jules!
No shit!
Alex! Alex, no!
Help!
Here!
What's happening?
How do you feel now, best friend?
Oh, my notes.
You won't be needing your notes on the meaning of life anymore.
Alex, stop it right now! You're gonna kill us!
This isn't gonna solve anything. I'll think your political career, huh?
Alex, stop it!
After all I've done for you.
Well,
can't feel I've done a lot for you too, so why don't you just pull me up?
What you did for me, you little shit, was to steal the woman that I was gonna marry.
Come on, Billy, help!
Looks pretty out of hand up there.
Oh, stop it! Do you think this is helping Jules?
I love her, man.
Give me a hand!
You all right?
Super. I'm going upstairs.
And somebody give me a hand! Come on.
Jules, oh my God. Jules, honey, open the door. It's so cold.
Very noble how you ran up here to save your lover.
He's not my lover. Jules,
Bullshit.
listen. Hey, I've never lied to you once since the day I met you, cocky shithead. Jules.
Alex!
We all love you.
Help! Jules! Open this goddamn door!
Blowtorch, anyone?
Give it to me. Do not hand that man a blowtorch.
Here, put these on.
Jules, open the door! Did you hear me? Open the door, I'll bust you down! Jules? Okay, I'm coming through this door. You know I'm crazy enough to do it. What's happening?
I'm going in. Hi, Billy.
What's the big deal here? She lost a job? Jules, I've lost 20 of them since graduation. Plus a wife and kid. And a new development, a handful of hair in the shower this morning.
That's better.
You know, this smells to me like a little bit of self-created drama. I should know I've been starring in a few of my own.
You know what I've been doing every day since I got fired?
No. What?
I've been going down to the hospital and sitting with my stepmonster. We've had the best talks we've ever had. Of course, she's in a coma, which really pisses me off. Because all that time, I just waited for one word from that woman about why my father hates me so much. No.
Jules, you know, honey, this isn't real. You know what it is? It's St. Elmo's fire. Electric flashes of light that appear in dark skies out of nowhere. Huh? Sailors would guide entire journeys by it, but the joke was on them. There was no fire. There wasn't even a St. Elmo. They made it up. They made it up because they thought they needed it to keep them going when things got tough. Just like you're making up all of this. We're all going through this. Hey, it's our time on the edge.
I'm just so tired, Billy. I never thought I'd be so tired at 22. I just don't even know who to be anymore.
Join the club. You know, no one was buying this together woman of the 80s stuff anyway.
And all this time, I was afraid you'd find out I wasn't fabulous.
It's cool. All this time, I was afraid you'd find out I was irresponsible.
They're laughing.
Yeah, the hysterical laughter heard most frequently from schizophrenic paranoid.
Why don't you set up my drafty table so we can have
Personality traits. This means the character or the actor's role in that film has a personality. It's really important because when a actor chooses a role, it's important to read the personality and how does this character act it out in a film. Okay, either like for example, like Iron Man, he's smart, he's a genius, everything. And I'll give you to you the personalities of each character. First off is the Breakfast Club. John Bender was actually scandalous, non-proper, and bad, meanie, and then cool but rude. That's why he was called the criminal. Claire at the time, she was immature, cool, act older, but she still maintains in the class. Claire at the time, she was immature, cool, act older, but she still maintains in the class. Andrew is a high school jock. He's athletic, and that's why he's called the athlete. He's tough, diligent, and competitive when it comes to sports. Allison, well, she was secretive and mysterious. The main reason is she hides herself with her black hair, she wears dark clothes and everything. She's just being a basket case, and that's why her nickname was a basket case. She is really mysterious all the time. Finally, Brian. Brian's personality traits in this film are actually really respectful, kind, and he always called the principal sir. He is respectful to anything. Next is St. Elmo's Fire. Well, for starters, let's go with Drew Nelson's character, Alec. Alec's personality traits is a bit similar like John Bender from The Breakfast Club. He's kind of, when he was jealous, he was rude and has the same attitude like in Breakfast Club. And doesn't like Kevin because he had an affair with his girlfriend, Leslie, who was played by Allison, aka Ali Shetty in The Breakfast Club. Let's go with Jules. Jules was played by Demi Moore. The only things that mirrors her personality was her apartment and other things. She is bubbly, subtle, and vivacious. And she always shows up with her accessories and hairstyles. The next one, Billy, who was played by Rob Lowe, aka Soda Pop. His character's personality was actually funny, charismatic, and life of a party. He doesn't even know when the party ends. And he was frustratingly rogue. Parang it's like the same personality that it's like the future of Soda Pop Curtis. Now let's go to Kirby, who is played by Emilio Estevez, aka 2-Bit. He's optimistic, most oblivious, and not completely detached to reality. He was ready to face the entire world except the world of love. Well, it seems like his 2-Bit's future was actually he always stays single, no girlfriend at all. Now let's go to Leslie, who was played by Ali Shetty, also known as the Basket Case Girl. Her personality traits for her character are, well, she's friendly, always fights with John Bender because of the affair with Kevin, who's played by Andrew McCarthy. And she's always bubbly, same as Jules. Kevin, who's played by pretty big actor Andrew McCarthy, his character was actually always has an affair with Leslie, played by Ali Shetty, and always gets punched and kicked by Leslie's jealous boyfriend, Alec, who was played by John Bender. And he was a journalist and shows about her book release about the meaning of life. Finally, finally, Wendy, who was played by Mary Winningham. Her character trait was actually nervous, quiet, but she was able to make good conversation with her friends, and she still has happiness because she still had her friends around. So which is better, Breakfast Club or St. Elmo's Fire? In my opinion, it's a tie. And I hate doing this because these movies are teen classics. And here's the thing, it doesn't matter which movie is better as long as it's really iconic or anything. So I'm saying that they're both famous as usual. I'm Brandon. I'll see you in the next video.
Won't you come see about me? I'll be alone, dancing, you know it, baby. Tell me your troubles and doubts, giving me everything inside and out. And love strange, so real in the dark. Think of the tender things that we were working on. Slow change may pull us apart. When a life gets into your heart, baby, don't you forget about me.